my name is Joy Tobise, and I recorded this video of myself to share with everyone my story of how I suffered through postpartum depression and psychosis. I actually suffered from all three types. There's baby blues, postpartum depression, and postpartum psychosis. I had thoughts of hurting myself and my child. I just had no interest for baby. I knew I gave birth to a baby. It just didn't have that interest that you would with a normal, healthy pregnancy recovery. And at first, I was so afraid to seek help because I didn't want anyone to think that I was psycho or crazy or just a bad mother. So I went for help to see a psychiatrist. And when I saw the psychiatrist, I explained that I had these disturbing thoughts of hurting my child and myself, and that something was seriously wrong with me, but I just didn't know what it was. When I talked to him, he said he couldn't help me because he thought that my feelings towards my baby was due to my unhappiness with my relationship with the father of my baby. I don't have any support at that time, no family, no friends to help me, and then now a doctor was saying he couldn't help me. So I really had nowhere to go, and at that time my boyfriend was not very helpful at all. And then about a month after I went for help, I ended up severely harming my daughter, my baby that I gave birth to recently. At that time, I had hallucinations that she was Satan or the devil. My mood swings were so extreme. I would go from extremely angry one moment until just crying. I had auditory hallucinations. I would hear her saying, "I hate you." And then so I had that break from reality. So when I came back to myself, I should say, I realized how much physical harm I had done. CPS was involved. They took my children from me at the hospital. I had an idea that I had harmed her, but at the same time I was just so afraid to come out with it because I didn't know what would happen to me or my kids, or if I would ever see them again. So the greatest thing I did was just come out and tell the truth. That's when I admitted to my child welfare services social worker that I had done something wrong. So the judge thankfully granted me 5 years probation over 15 plus years in jail. And up until this very day, sad to say, I am not allowed to be alone with my daughter without supervision. I went through the access line. It's the suicide hotline. I even tried them after the case had started to see if I could just get some kind of mental health care. And much to my surprise, they said they couldn't help me because they lacked funding from the state. They only helped 4 different types of illnesses, but none of which I had. So they said that they couldn't help me until I met my doctor who diagnosed me with hypothyroidism And then I met my psychologist that I see today. She diagnosed me with major depression. So I had hypothyroidism, major depression, postpartum depression, and psychosis all in one, just at one time. A giant ball of, it's like an explosion of hormonal imbalance that really threw me off. It's just a lack of awareness that it is an actual legitimate illness that happens post delivery, and it's in that it and that it's in no way a reflection of who you are as a person or a mother. And just please, if someone is suffering or you think someone has postpartum depression or they're just not behaving like themselves, help them in any way you can. Take them by all means. If you think their behavior is just bizarre, take them to the emergency room, because it is a medical emergency. But this is going to help me share, just heal and recover by sharing my story. Thank you so much. Goodbye.